everyone, my name is Aarti and you're watching HW News. There is a good news and there is a bad news for Uddhav Thackeray-led group in Maharashtra, Uddhav Thackeray-led group of Shiv Sena in Maharashtra. The good news is that the disqualification petition that was filed against the Uddhav Thackeray-led camp by the Eknath Shinde camp has been stayed by the Supreme Court, has been deferred by the Supreme Court, and the bad news is that even the petition that was filed by the Uddhav Thackeray camp for the disqualification of Eknath Shinde-led camp has also been deferred. So basically, the Supreme Court has asked Maharashtra Assembly Speaker to keep in abeyance the disqualification proceedings against any of the member in Maharashtra Assembly. That is what the Supreme Court said. Today is 11th of July and the Supreme Court was supposed to list the matter for hearing. There are at least 4 petitions filed by both Uddhav Thackeray-led group and Eknath Shinde-led group in the Supreme Court, and the court had said that on 11th July they will take up the matter for hearing and had asked to put a stay on the disqualification proceeding in Maharashtra Assembly. However, today the matter was not listed for hearing, and when the advocates of both the sides brought it up, in fact it was Kapil Sibal who brought it up, who is representing the Uddhav Thackeray-led faction. He brought it up and the CJI said that the matter will not be listed today or it will not be listed tomorrow. In fact, Chief Justice of India asked Solicitor General of India Tushar Mehta to inform through his office to the Maharashtra Assembly to keep disqualification proceedings in deferment, and he has asked that no disqualification proceedings either against the Uddhav Thackeray-led camp or Eknath Shinde-led camp should happen in Maharashtra Assembly until the further notice of the Supreme Court. Now, in fact, the newly elected Maharashtra Speaker Rahul Narwekar had kept the disqualification proceedings for tomorrow, the hearing of the disqualification proceeding tomorrow, but the Supreme Court, CJI N.V. Ramana, has ordered that no disqualification proceeding should take place in Maharashtra Assembly. Although senior advocate Kapil Sibal, who is appearing for the Uddhav Thackeray camp, sought urgent listing of the petition, saying that the Speaker has kept the disqualification matter for hearing tomorrow, he also said that the matter was directed to be listed today, but it has not been listed. And CJ N.V. Ramana, replying to this, said that this matter is not being listed tomorrow, it is not being listed today. The matter will require a constitution bench and it will take some time to be listed. This is what the CJI said. As I said, there are total 4 petitions pending before the Supreme Court. Which are these petitions? Let me just give you a brief overview of which of these petitions are pending before the Supreme Court in the Maharashtra political crisis. The first petition is filed by the rebel Shiv Sena leader Eknath Shinde. He has challenged the disqualification notice that was sent to him by Deputy Speaker of Maharashtra Assembly Narhari Zirwal. Also, there is a plea by Bharat Gogawle, who was appointed as Chief Whip by the Eknath Shinde-led camp, and 14 other MLAs that are challenging the disqualification. They are also asking to restrain the Deputy Speaker from carrying out any disqualification proceeding until the matter of his own resolution for his own removal from the post of Deputy Speaker is decided. As I said, it's a little complicated matter here because they had put a disqualification. Deputy Speaker of Maharashtra Assembly had sent a disqualification notice to all these rebel MLAs almost 20 days back, and these rebel MLAs had said that there is already a removal motion for removal of Deputy Speaker pending against Narhari Zirwal, who is the Deputy Speaker of Maharashtra Assembly. So he cannot decide on the disqualification of these rebel MLAs. So this matter is in Supreme Court now. Also, on June 27, the division bench of Justice Suryakant and J.B. Pardiwala had extended the time for the rebel MLAs to file their written responses to the Deputy Speaker's disqualification notice till July 12. So this was one petition. Now, second petition is filed by Chief Whip of Shiv Sena, Sunil Prabhu. Now, he is a former Chief Whip or he is still Chief Whip. That is contended because Uddhav Thackeray-led camp, who has appointed him as Chief Whip, says that he still is Shiv Sena's Chief Whip, whereas Eknath Shinde-led camp says he is not a Chief Whip anymore. Bharat Gogawle is the new Chief Whip of Shiv Sena. So this second petition filed by Sunil Prabhu challenges the Maharashtra governor's direction to the Chief Minister to prove majority of Mahavikas Aghadi government in the floor of the House. The third petition again is filed by Sunil Prabhu, in which he has challenged the action of the newly elected Speaker Rahul Narwekar, recognizing the whip that was nominated by the Eknath Shinde-led camp. Bharat Gogawale has been appointed as the new chief whip of Shiv Sena by the Eknath Shinde-led camp. But again, as I said, there is no clarity over who is the real chief whip here. The fourth petition has been filed by Subhash Desai, who is the General Secretary of Shiv Sena, assailing the decision of Maharashtra governor to invite Eknath Shinde to be the chief minister of the state, and he has also challenged the further proceedings of Maharashtra Assembly on 3rd of July and 4th of July, and he has said that these proceedings are in fact illegal. Now these are the four petitions before the Supreme Court. In fact, it has been quite some days that both Devendra Fadnavis and Eknath Shinde have taken oath. Eknath Shinde as the Chief Minister of Maharashtra and Devendra Fadnavis as the Deputy Chief Minister of Maharashtra, but there is no clarity over portfolio distribution yet. So who is going to get which portfolio is not yet decided. And I think the leaders were waiting for Supreme Court to announce some order, Supreme Court to give some order. But now the Supreme Court has deferred the matter, and it is a relief for Eknath Shinde to some extent and the rebel MLAs to some extent. Now, Team Thackeray has time and again argued that these legislators must be disqualified as per the provision of the anti-defection law because they have not merged with the BJP, but in fact they have conspired with the BJP to bring down the existing Mahavikas Aghadi government in the state. This is what Team Thackeray has argued. On the other hand, Thackeray has also claimed that these rebel MLAs cannot contend to be real Shiv Sena. They cannot claim that they are the real Shiv Sena. That although they have the 2/3 of majority in the floor of the house, the real Shiv Sena, the organization, still stands with Uddhav Thackeray. They have said the original Shiv Sena political party remains under the leadership of Uddhav Thackeray. He was elected as the president of Shiv Sena during the organizational elections back in 2018, and same was conveyed to the Election Commission of India. So the party, the Shiv Sena as an organization, Shiv Sena as a political party, still remains under the presidentship of Uddhav Thackeray. So he cannot claim, Eknath Shinde cannot claim to be the real Shiv Sena. So there is a constitutional crisis here. The Supreme Court's order is awaited. When the Supreme Court is going to list this matter for hearing, that remains to be seen. Until then, the crisis in Shiv Sena will continue in Maharashtra. Do let us know what you think about this in the comment box below. For more news and updates, you can log on to www.hwnews.com.